example, right? In C, in last session I also showed you a sample example in C, right, to get the name unprinted. So similarly, we are going with the same thing in Java. So for your reference, this is the same program. This is the sample C program which we have written on the day for just getting a name from the user and just what to say, printing it, saying hello, that same name. So similarly, I have written the same exact program in Java. Before diving into the coding structure in deep, I will just show you how to execute it. For compiling the C, what you guys will do? You will be putting GCC, right? GCC program name, right? Check the application view. GCC first program.c, right? First program.c you will put, and the compiler will be compiled, and you will get the output as ./a.out. So when you execute it, you will get this like this is the user input line, and you are getting the what to say, output. So similarly, for compilation of Java, you need to put Java C instead of GCC. For that is GCC for C programming, and for Java we need to go with Java C. Okay, Java C and the what to say, file name which you have compiled. So when you press enter, the what to say, the Java compiler will be compiling it, and you will get this output. So for C, you will be getting this .a.out, correct? For in Java, we will be getting it that class name .class. You will get like this. Like this is my what to say. This is my Java file name. So I am getting this Java first class.java. So the compiled output will be coming as first class.java .class. It will be a .class object actually. So to run it, what you have to do? You have to type Java first class, that is the .class you should not add. For compiling, you need to use Java C, and for running it, you need to use Java. Okay. So when you run it, it will be asking for similarly your name, and if you enter means it will give you hello world. So for compiling, you need to use Java C, and for running, you need to use Java. Everyone clear with this? I'm just saying how to compile and how to run. We will just dive into this what to say, that syntax part in a while. Everybody clear with how to compile, how to run, how to compile the Java and how to run? Yeah. Okay. Thanks. Okay. Now going with this what to say, syntax part. So first, a Java will be starting with a class name first of all. So it will be a public class and your class name. What we would recommend typically is that you should have the class name and the file name similar. What I'm saying is that, what's my file name? Okay, now let's type a new program actually. Okay, I'm just creating a new file. I'm just naming the file name as hello world.java. Okay, so similarly, what we have to do, okay, this is the first class we need to create first of all. Okay, public class hello world. This hello world class name is there, right? It should be equivalent to your file name which you are keeping. So since Java is an object-oriented programming language, first you need to define the class. In the class only, whatever the method you are going to execute should be present. So everyone clear with this? So why we are creating class, and how what is the naming convention we should use for creating the class? Also, one more thing I forgot to tell is that Java is a strongly typed language, that the case sensitive matters. That is it is a case sensitive programming language. Like if you for functions, if you type means in the lower case or smaller case, the exception will be thrown while compiling. Okay, clear with it? So you got the ideas like why we are going with the class, correct? Okay, thank you. Okay, fine. Next, now inside a class, what a class will typically have is that you need to have the member functions, actually members or functions or something like that. So initially, a class will search for a main function. That is to execute a program, it will it need to have an entry point, correct? So in this, what you are having in the C program, what we'll be having is that you will be having int main. So this main is a primitive function, that is the how to say the first function which the compiler or executor will search for. So similarly in Java also we will be having the main what to say main function. Okay, this is the main function we have written. Like similarly to that of int main, we will be having public static void main of string dot 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 day. Okay, so this is the basic syntax of how to say having a main function similar to of int main in C. Are you guys clear with this? So just to explain this, static is static is a type variable so that we can access this program in a in any forms. Actually, in classes we will be having, for classes we need to create the object and then only access. But if you declare it as a static function, you can access this method without defining the object. So that I can give you the basic basic use cases only. If I dive into deep means, it will take too long to explain. So are you clear with this? Why you are declaring public static void main of? You can simply keep it as it is a simplified form of int main in C. It is a equivalent form of int main in C. Okay. So now for printing the output. So just for printf, the equivalent command is here is it's system.out.println. Okay. So now if you want to say compile means, so now I'm just compiling it and I am running it. So you are getting hello world. Okay. Here it is for equivalent of what to say printf will be system.out.println. Okay, and for similar explained earlier, so we need to first Java C to compile it, Java C hello world.java and Java C Java hello world. If you run means your what to say Java hello world. So if you run means they will get the output. Everybody clear with this basic syntax? Can we write main function as public static void args? Yeah, actually, you will be getting this as this thing. 1 second. What you are saying, this is like this, correct? So that is what I have written is a simplified form of what you have written. Actually, it is a array of arguments. Okay, Surya. So similarly, you can write this also like this. Okay, you can write in the similar way. Actually, what I am saying is that it's string dot 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 a. This thing is equivalent to you can write this like this also. That array of string array is there, right? The string array is there, right? It is equivalent to string dot dot a. Actually, this is implemented in the Java 8 and later. For before Java versions and all, you need to use like this. Are you clear with this? Okay, fine. Okay, now I hope you guys got the basic idea of Java. What is Java and how to. Okay, 1 second. Before that, I'll just say this. So if you take this class, it is for getting the user inputs and printing, right? So this 2 lines already we have seen, like we need to declare a class and then we need to declare the main method here. And for printing, we are just using system.out.println. So for in C, we will be using scanf to get the input, right? In C, it is a function-oriented programming language, so we are using scanf directly. But in Java, since it is object-oriented programming, you need to create a class for scanner class. in C we have scanf, right? Similarly, we have this function in a separate class called scanner class. So, okay, for that we need to create the object first of all, and with that object we need to get the next line. For scanf, we will be having %a and this, right? Like %s, and we are getting the name, right? Similarly, it will, for getting the entire line, we can use next line, and I am just storing the storing the value in a string object. So similarly, what string object is it's a collection of array, character array. So in Java we have this primitive data type. That string is it's a data type. Similarly in Python we'll be having, right, a string data type. So similarly in Java we have an inbuilt data type string. Okay, and just I am appending the name and printing. Okay, you guys are clear with this programming, or you need you are just confused with it? You need more explanation. You can just say the line in which you are confused so that I can explain. Okay, thanks, Sharon. Okay, fine. Now let's get into this NetBeans. Okay, fine. Okay, everybody have NetBeans installed in the system, right? Okay, I will guide you how to create a new web app application in NetBeans. So you can follow me and you can try it out in your system parallelly. Those of you who don't have the system, you can just debug with me or code with me. And if you have any doubts, you can ask me. Okay. In NetBeans, just everyone open NetBeans, right? Okay, fine. You just pass me. You just pass me. If if your project creation time is getting longer or so, I'll just pass it. Okay. So first you go to File, New Project, and when you can see with Java with Maven. Okay, and you just click on it and click on the web application. Since we are going for a web application, we need to create a web application. Okay. So next, and you select the project location and wherever you want. Okay. And you just give a project name. I am giving us my first web project. Okay, and you can click on next. So here comes the thing, like it is asking you to select the server. So we have seen the web server and application server in your slides, right? So for running a Java web application, we need an application server, correct? So that only I have asked you to the guys to download the Apache. Apache in the sense Apache Tomcat. I asked you to download it, right? So you guys must have downloaded as a zip, correct? So you need to extract that zip. So everyone downloaded it. It will be coming as a zip actually. Okay, fine. Just I'll proceed. So here you need to select the Apache Tomcat. Okay, and you need to browse the location where you are downloading it. So here I have extracted the zip and kept it. So you need to select just it and click on open. You can just add a username here. You need to add it actually. It's for it's for configuring the server properties or viewing the server status page and all. So you just click on finish. So you can just click on finish. As soon as you have added the server, it will be popping up here. So you can click on finish. Okay. So just it will it will set up the entire project for you. So it will take for a few seconds actually. Any doubts till this? 1 second. So you can just download it here from here. Here, right, based on the whether it is 32-bit zip or whether a system is 32-bit system or 64-bit system, based on this you can download the zip from here. I'm just copying and pasting the link here. This is for 32-bit systems. This is for 64-bit systems. Ashwin, if you have downloaded installer, what to say? Installer means it will be running as a what to say? It will be running as a service in your system. So better if you download this zip, it will be better actually. For debugging purpose, it is better to have as a separate zip actually. For deployment, you need to go it as go with the installer so that you don't need after you finish development, you can just need the Tomcat server. So you what to say for deployment purposes. No, it won't be a problem actually. After downloading the zip, you just need to extract it. Extract and select as I shown there. It is a zip, right? You just click right click, you can just right click and extract it. So this is the zip, right? Similarly, you will get it. So this will be the zip you are getting. You can just extract it. Okay, that's it. So you'll be getting like this. Okay, clear? Also, could you explain project creation step 2? In the sense what you are asking once again? So you are asking about this or the next server configuration page? Ashwin, can you unmute yourself and speak like in which step exactly? From this you want me to create it again? Okay, just do it. Okay, fine. Just we are going, and you can select your preferred project location in where you have to save the project. Okay, and you can just give a project name. I'm just giving my second web project because first I have created actually. Okay, then just click on next. Now it will ask you to configure the server. Up to this you are clear, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you. So now you have to add the server. So you have downloaded this Apache Tomcat.zip, right? So okay, fine. Just I will add that location itself. So you have downloaded Apache. Now you click on add a server, like web server you need to have, application server you need to have, right? So you just click on Apache Tomcat and click on next, and it will ask for the location. The location what you have give is that where you have what to say extracted it. So now you have extracted here, correct? So you have to add this folder. Okay, it will automatically detect. Okay, and you have to give a username and password. This is for managing the server actually. Okay, like we won't manage the server as of now, but it is mandatory to give it. Okay, so after you click finish, it will just add the server for you, server name for you. Clear up to this? Yeah, okay. Then you can click on finish. So NetBeans will automatically set up entire thing for us. Clear, Surya? Okay, I think NetBeans has set up everything for us. Okay, everyone clear with this? Clear till now? Okay, thanks. Okay. So you just right click, first of all, you just right click and click on run. You don't need to do anything. You just click on right click and you can just run. Okay. So it will ask you for the username and password which you have entered there. Once if you say means it will be automatically saved. Okay. So just you can see that your project has been opened. This is a default template project. You guys can confirm whether you are getting till this or if you face any problem till this. It will be just opening in your default browser or Internet Explorer based on the configuration, and you will get this hello world. So this is a basic project created by NetBeans, basic web project created by NetBeans actually. We will dive into it how this is getting executed. We'll just dive in just a moment, sir. What should be placed in the server location? You just exact that. You have extracted the Tomcat, right? You have downloaded the Tomcat, right, Surya? So this is the Tomcat zip you have downloaded from the Tomcat website, right? You just extract it and select the folder location. Okay. Okay, fine. Now let's dive into how we are getting this. Okay, one more quick suggestions. Like here, you can change the default browser actually. Just I'm changing it to Chrome. Okay. So here we will have this web pages and source packages. These are the main two packages we will be considering for our development. Okay. So this is the index.html, correct? So whenever you load a web page or application, the index.html will be defaultly loaded. So for example, I can say it like when I'm just running it, it will search for default like index.html. So like similarly I have said like if you put localhost means it will typically redirect to 80, like for the 80 port will be defaultly taken, like www.google.com means it will take the 80 port default, correct? So similarly the index.html page will be taken by default. If you don't specify any file, the index.html page will be taken by the application server default, by default. Okay, everybody clear with this? Clear till now? Okay, I'll just give you another example. Like I'm creating a new page actually. Okay, so this web page consists of the index.html pages first of all. So okay, index.html pages in the static pages it will be containing, and for the servlet pages it will be containing in the source packages file. Just I will create a new new HTML file, and I am naming it first.html. Okay, let it be like this. So and I'm having a headphone. Okay, just what I have created new HTML. Like you don't need to bother this and all. This and all will be created by NetBeans automatically. You no need to worry what these things and all. Okay, just inside the body tag, you just need to add the content whatever you want. You can change the title actually. Okay, as soon as you click Control S, or you can click again, you have to click Run. So it will be running it will be automatically deployed to your Tomcat. So now what we have kept our new page. Our new page is first.html, correct? So you are getting it right. So whatever the page which you are nesting it, whatever the page you are adding it, it will be automatically deployed to your web server so that you can able to view it in your web browser. Okay, now I am adding another heading. Okay. As soon as I click Control S, you will be getting a short notification. You are deploying changes. It will work for most of the time, but in few cases, when you are changing the entire source itself, it will not work. So you need to click on manually run. Okay. So now I am just refreshing it. Okay. Now I will get the hello tag. So whatever the static contents which you are changing, as soon as you click control, I mean, if you save it, it will be automatically deployed to your Tomcat web service. Okay. Clear with this? Clear till this? Like how to create HTML and deploy it in the application server. Clear with this, everyone? Okay. Okay, fine. Or I'm going too fast. Like you need to slow. I need to slow a bit. Okay, thanks. Okay, everyone clear till this, like creating a HTML page and deploying it in an application server. Okay, fine. Okay, shall I proceed to the next thing, like posting thing, like creating a web servlet? Yeah, thanks. Okay. So So, okay, for creating a new servlet, let me explain first of all what is servlet actually. So, the HTML page, as we have seen, this is just a static page for what is it, displaying user contents. Like whenever I change the source code and I redeploy, it will be the user will be, how to say that, it will be changed in the user side. But what if you want to write the business logics? For that, we need to have a programming language like Java to process the stuff, right? So for that, we will be going with the servlets. Like servlets is a, what to say, it's a name, standard name or defined name, which process your information. For creating a new servlet, in the source packages, you can right click on new, you can type the servlet, okay? And the class name you can also keep as your wish. So this is the same class name which you have seen in the sample Hello World Java program in the terminal. Okay. I'm just creating the class name as first servlet, and you need to specify the package. Okay, this package, there will be only one option. You can just select it. Okay, and you can click on next. So this is an interesting part actually. You need to configure the URL pattern for this. How to say, for this servlet? I will just add it first of all. Then I will explain. Okay, this URL pattern should always end with .do. For servlets, it should end with the .do. It is a default pattern we will be following. Okay, I'll just explain this once again. Once again, since I will explain it in detail. So as soon as you click finish, your class will be generated. Okay. This is the sample servlet class created by NetBeans for us. Okay. As you can see here, this is our class name. Okay. And it is extending HTTP servlet class. So what this extends means is that it is the basics of hoops, that is inheritance we have seen, right? The extending concept. So similarly, it is extended from the base HTTP servlet class. Okay. And it will have two major methods. You can actually delete this thing too. You don't need this. Okay, this is the basic two methods. It will be present by default. That is do, get, and do post. Can you guys remember this thing, get, post? Any idea on what these are? This do, get, do, post, get, post. Any idea on what these are? Any idea, friends? What is get, post, and all? Can you say it, Amu? Can you name it? What is get post? Exactly. So yeah, it's HTML methods we have seen in our previous sessions, right? Get, post, put, delete. Yeah, exactly. It is used to get. So yes, exactly. So before in the slides, we have seen some 4 methods like get, post, put, delete. So these are the exact replica of it. Just you can delete it if you don't need, and you can right click, okay, and you can go with insert syntax, like insert code, and you can just press on override methods. Like you will have do delete, do get, do post, and do put. These are the 4 methods we have seen till now, right? That's a clear with it. Like as I informed earlier, do is the standard keyword for using in the servlets. So whatever the methods or the URL which is present in that, it will be automatically appended, like appended or prefixed with do. Okay, so I'm just generating this 4 method. Okay, just clear with this 4 method. These are the 4 methods we are going to use as of now. So I'm just creating the 4 methods in it. Clear till this? Okay, thanks, Amu. Okay, earlier I was said that I have in the second step of servlet creation, I have configured one web.xml, right? I have configured one name, right? So this will be found under web.xml. So this thing is called a servlet mapping. What exactly is that? Any idea on it? So why you are using servlet mappings? What is servlet mapping first of all? Any idea on why you are using it? Okay, fine. I'll just explain it. So whenever you are creating a HTML page, it will be automatically, what to say, index done. It will be automatically available in the path. For example, I have created a first page, correct? I haven't done any configuration. It will be when I open the first page on the browser, it is automatically, what to say, opening in the listed, indexed, and it is opening in the browser. But the servlet does not work that way. You need to map it to the URL. For example, what I'm saying is, you need to, if this you are consider this URL pattern. If you type this URL pattern in the browser only, that will be opening. I'll just explain first. What is in? I'll just explain with examples. So I'm just overriding it. So you are getting it correct. So whenever for HTML page, you can just add it directly, and that will be resolved in the web application. But for us servlets, what we need to do, we need to define it in the web.xml page. Like this is the URL pattern I have mentioned. So when I type that URL pattern only, that will be resolved there. In depth, if you want to explain, means first you have to define the servlet mapping. Like servlet name you have to define. Okay, that this is first servlet. Okay, just the class name you can keep it as same, and the class name you have to define. So class name, how to get it, will be the name of the package name, and it will be the class name. Okay, so that class name is defined. This is one part. This is mapping a servlet class to a servlet name. Okay, and here comes the second part, that is servlet mapping. So servlet mapping, what you have to do, you have to map the servlet name and the URL pattern to which the servlet, if you want to redirect me. For example, I can add a secondary servlet mapping for the same page like this. I can just edit this XML, okay, and I can okay, just I'm just using the same servlet code. This is one session, okay, and I'm adding a servlet, new servlet mapping. Now again I'm clicking on run. Okay, first it was like this. Okay, first servlet. So as you can see, you can just get the same response. For first servlet also, I'm getting the same response. For first servlet new also, I'm getting the same response. This is achieved because I'm having the same same servlet serving the two URLs. Okay, clear with this? Clear till now? Friends, are you clear till now, or what to say? It is like very hard to get me like that. Those of you are trying, what to say, it is coming, it is working fine, or you need any assist? Thanks, Surya. I'm getting response from repeatedly 2 to 3% only. Can everyone what to say it's like this is these are the basics. If you understand this only, you can just build the complex applications. Without understanding the basics, you cannot go and proceed with the other things. I was stuck at Hello World for some times, but I can catch up. You need any assistance, Ashwin? Okay, thanks, Ashwin. Others, are you clear, or you need more explanation on this web.xml configuration? Like this web.xml configuration is the what is a typical part. Most of you guys will be making mistakes because I have done mistakes on it. So that only I'm saying. Are you clear with that web.xml file? I will explain. So this servlet tag will be the mapping. Like this is a constant name you can keep. For a servlet name, you need to define a name, okay, for servlet. And this class is the class path, or what to say, or the path to the class. And you have to use this for servlet mappings. Like this servlet name and this mapping name should be similar. Okay, you guys clear till this? Okay, thanks. Okay, first just I will give you a live example. Actually, you are going to Google, correct? Google, and you are typing Apple something like that. Okay, after you click enter, you just monitor this URL alone. Okay, after you click enter, what is happening? Okay, I'll just copy this URL. This is the first URL which you are getting. Okay, after you click enter, just see what is happening. You see, okay, this much things are happening behind the scenes. Okay, so this is our first URL. Just I'm splitting it. /still search, I'm splitting it. You can see that after question mark, you are having this many things. Okay, these are the things. Okay, so as you can see, you are splitting. I have just splitted with and question mark. Okay, so similarly, what this pattern is that you can pass query parameters to the URL. What I mean by query parameters is that I'll just explain. So this is the URL, right? I can type q is equal to svce. Okay, I'm just pasting it in browser. See what is happening now. it is directly opening into the search results of the SVCE. Because what I am doing is that I am passing the query parameters, like query is equal to SVCE. Okay, so what is happening here? Can anyone explain? So what is this queue? Can anyone explain? Any idea on it? What is happening and how you are going this thing? Yeah, exactly, Chandramouli. Instead of going with the search box, we directly give the query in the URL itself. So how we are achieving it? So okay, fine. Okay, whatever Google is doing, that is this content you can, what to say, this line you can ignore it, because what to say, these two lines are not needed for us. This two lines also is not needed for us. So this is the line which we are doing it. We are just giving the Google a limited number of parameters to search for it. So whenever you are giving the query parameters, like query parameters in the sense, this till this we will be calling as a URL, okay, and till this we will be calling as a URI. URI in the sense uniform research located, that refers to a particular page in the our SVC. If you want to give example, means, so this is a URL, full URL, and we are going for some timetables, means you are getting as academic slash timetable, right? This will be calling, we will be calling as a particular URI. That is, in the full URL a particular website, sorry, particular page is being located, so that we will be calling as URI. Okay, and post the URI you can add question mark. So question mark is a standard representation, and you can specify the what to say, query parameters which you had. Okay, this question mark is a standard syntax, okay, for specifying the query parameters. And after the question mark you can add n number of query parameters. Like query parameter should be in the name of key value pair. What does key value pair means? So here Q is the key and SVC is the value. All the key parameter value should be appended by ampersand, that is and symbol. Clear with this? What query parameter is? So okay, thank you. So I'll just explain you the real case. So now we are going to the index, our index.html page. Okay. So okay, just I'm creating a form. Everybody know what a HTML form is? Anybody don't know what form is HTML form? Or you need explanation on what HTML form is? So simply I can say that this is a HTML form. I can say whatever the text box which we are getting user inputs and we are returning to the server, that we call is a HTML forms. Like similarly, you have filled up a survey and you have registered for this webinar, right? That is Google Forms, which employ the basic HTML form. Like you can get inputs from the user and submit it to the server. So that we will be calling as HTML forms. Okay. Just I'm going with the get method first. Okay. Here with these three lines, this this form, I will say what action is that when you click on the submit button, to which endpoint that should be pointed, that is called as action. And for example purposes, we are keeping the method as get. If you get method, we have seen what to say. It is one of the 4 HTML methods, HTTP methods. Okay, so everybody clear what is form? This action parameter perform the perform the action on which URL we are hitting after the submit button. And I have just created a sample input text box, and I have just created a submit button. Everybody clear with this? Clear till this? Everybody clear till what a form is, what like why you are creating this form? Okay, just I will run this. So just you have got this thing on your page. Okay, just what I did is here is I have just created a name text box and the submit button, correct? So I'm just entering my name. Okay, keep a track on this URL. This is the URL we are getting now. Okay, just paste it here. This is the URL I'm getting it here. On submit, what is happening? You just see. Okay. Okay, fine. I have to click like this. Okay, you can see the URL has changed. What is the difference between these two URL? You can see now. Just it is appending the path which I have specified, and it is automatically appending the query parameters. So this we call it as query parameters. Okay, I'm just this name it will take. This is the name I have given and the value in the text box. So this is the key, and the value which you are typing in the text box, it will be taken. For example, I can give you okay, just I have added another 3 fields. Now I am just running it. So as you can see, the 3 names are coming. Okay, now I'm clicking on submit. Okay, now as you can see, this is the first. I don't know if I split mean, this is the first parameter. This is the second parameter, and this is the third parameter. So whatever the thing which we have given in the text box and on submission, it is being changed into the query parameters, and it is passed automatically to the web servlet. Clear till this? This 96% 40, what to say, you cannot use alter to the browser, so it is encoded. So okay, this character 96% 40, it's similar to your ASCII character, so it will be automatically converted to there, and it will be decoded at the receiving end. You no need to worry about it. It is just a part of your automatically it will be taken. Clear till this? Clear till what is query parameter and how it is being passed, how it is being appended to the URL and how it is passed. Clear till this? Thanks, Chandran. Yeah, thanks, Surya. Yeah, thanks, Amu. Okay, now you have created a form. You have created a sample form, and you have just send it to the service, right? So how to read the same in the service? Now you have just created a sample form. Okay. Okay, for purpose, I will just keep to 1. I will limit to 1. Okay, just the first name alone is there. Now I am just what to say, sending it, and it is going to the servlet, correct? So in the servlet, I am getting it in the do get method, correct? So how to get this name in the servlet? Like I am sending like f name equal to some value, and how to get it in the servlet? Like servlet, if you get only means you can able to process it, correct? So how to get this name in the servlet? Any idea? Okay, thanks, Surya. Okay. Okay, fine. I will explain. So, moving on to the what to say. First, just going back to this client server architecture. In client server architecture, how it will happen? The client will request and the server will give response. Correct. So here you can see two objects. Correct. In the do get method, you can see two objects actually. That is, one is request HTTP servlet request and HTTP servlet response. Correct. So what this typically means, this HTTP servlet request is the request which you are getting from the client, okay, and HTTP servlet response is the class object which we are going to write it. So in request, we are having a method, okay, string f name is equal to request dot get parameter. We will be having a method, okay. Request of get parameter of, you need to specify this parameter name. What parameter name we are passing? We are passing this f name, correct? This is the name we are passing. So request dot get parameter of f name, okay. So now we are getting, we are just printing it. Okay, what we are just doing, we are getting the query parameter. For getting the query parameter, this request is being sent from client, that is browser. So all the request information will be present under this variable request. So I am just getting the request parameter first name, that is f name, whatever we are sending it here. Whatever we are sending the name here, that request I am getting f name, and I am just printing hello world. So what this thing does is that print writer is the way of writing back to the HTML page. That is, we have seen system.out.println, right? Similarly, for writing the response back to the web page, we will be using print writer. So print writer takes the object of the response.getWriter. Okay, response.getWriter is we have to write the response. From that, it will get, what to say, it will get the object reference and it will write it to this thing. So this will be auto generated. So you need no need to worry about this thing. Okay. So just I am using print writer dot print line. That is print line. Just I am printing the line and I am getting, and I am just printing hello appended with the first name. So now let's try it. Okay. So just Rahul, I'm just printing. So as you can see, I'm getting hello Rahul. Okay. So this is the thing we are, what to say, we have printed, and this is the code we have done. Clear with this? Clear till now? How a servlet process the request? How to get the query parameters which you pass in the request? Clear till this? Any doubt till this, friends? Okay, thanks, Surya. Okay, thank you. Okay, now I'm just uncommenting this thing. So how to get other two names like f name? This is let's keep it as f name. Okay, how to get these two names? How to get these two things in our servlet class? Any idea? Sir, without external or global function, who it is assigned. I'm not getting you, Chandran. I'm not getting you clearly. Can you unmute yourself and explain it? I'm not getting your question actually. Name is in other class. Okay. Which is the name you are referring to? Okay. I didn't get your question. Like you have cleared with your doubt. Okay, okay, good, good. So how to get these two names? Like I have added two more query parameters. Like so, how to get these two in our Java? That is in our servlet. Any idea? Can anyone type the syntax for me? Those of you are doing parallelly, you can just type it and share the syntax. Can you share the code? Friends, are you there? Yes. Can anyone of you share the syntax? How to get this other two names other than L name and the email? Any guesses? Any ideas? Okay, fine. I'll just type it. So similarly, you can just copy it for last name. Okay. Okay. Similarly, you need to type like this, and the index.html is saved. Now you click on run. 1 second. Just click on debug. Sorry. Okay. Now I'm typing Rahul. Okay, as soon as I submit, all the details which I am sent have come here. As you can see, the email is %40 here, right? So that is automatically transcoded to. So you need not worry about this thing. It will be automatically taken care by your programming language and decoding it at the servlet page. Clear till this? clear how I am judging? So you are clear with this line, right? Just I'm appending the string and I'm just printing it. Clear till this, or you need more explanation on this? Like, if you guys tell me like this step, this line of the code I could not able to understand, I can just guide you. Those of you are trying at home, you guys are getting this. How many of you trying at home parallelly? Guys, how many of you trying at home parallelly along with me? Okay, good. No response. Okay, shall I proceed to the next one? Guys, am I audible? Okay, fine. I'll just proceed to the next thing. So I'll just walk you through how this other methods like delete, put, post, and all working and all works. Okay. So now I'm just deleting this basic other unnecessary fields. So I'm just creating a new class, new just Java class. It's not the servlet. Okay. I'll just keep the name as provider. Okay. Okay, you guys know what a list is in Java? What is list? In Python, you guys have seen list, right? So what is a list actually? Okay, thanks. Collection of element. How it differs from array? Yeah, correct. Can have different types of data. Okay, in Python you can have different types of data, but since Java is a strongly coupled language, you cannot typically have like I have created a list here, right? It can have only string data type. Okay, in Python you can have different data types. in a list. Okay, fine. I'll just continue. So I'm just adding a method here. One minute, friends. Sorry for this. Just continue. So okay, just I'm creating a method to add some names into the list. Okay. So similarly to HTML, we have one more type called as similarly to like servlet is purely based on Java, correct? Whereas the HTML is being HTML page completely depends on the HTML tags. We have an intermediate thing called as JSP. This is called as Java Servlet Pages. So here you can type your Java and HTML in the same page. I will just explain. Okay. So just I am naming it as names.jsp. Okay. Sorry. Here. Come. Okay, here the names.jsp has come. What is the beauty of this page is that for servlets, you are what to say, adding the servlet mapping in web.xml, correct? For this JSP pages, you no need to map any servlet mappings. As soon as I click run, I'm just going with the name.jsp. So as you can see here, the name.asp is automatically printed. We have not done any servlet mappings, correct? So what is the advantage of this is that you can write the Java code in here, like okay, what this tag is. So this string is a Java keyword, correct? So this thing is called as scriptlets actually. So this what to say, less than braces and percentage symbol is there, right? This is called as scriptlets. Within the scriptlets, you can write your Java code actually. Whatever the Java code which you want to write, you can write within the scriptlets. Okay. Now I am just typing H1. So how to print this value here? Any idea? Within the scriptlets? Okay. Now I am just refreshing the page. See, okay. What is happening here? You are just assigning a name to a variable called as yes, and you are just printing. As you can see, this is a mixed combination with both Java and HTML pages. Like you can do like for a few complex stuffs if you want means you can add like because as you can see, I have declared two integers. So this both are Java. So as you know, in HTML you cannot do computations and all plus minus and all. So what I have done is that I have declared two variables, a is equal to 10 and b is equal to 20, and within the scriptlets I have just summed up both of the integer and I have printed it so that you are getting that 30 values. Clear till this? You guys clear what is JSP and how we can use it? Or it is confusing? Clear what this code, how the code is being done for this? So it should have a less than curly braces and followed by percentage symbol, and inside that whatever the Java code you need to write, you can write it. And for printing a value in the what to say in the as a HTML, you need to define as equal to and followed by what are the variables you need to do. For example, I can see. You can just put C, okay. Both the thing will be providing. Clear with this? Clear what is a servlet? What is a JSP? Okay, thanks. Thank you. So since in JSP itself we can do the Java computation, so why we are going for servlets? Any idea? In JSP itself we can do all the computations, right? So then why we are going for servlets? So here the question arises: what is the difference between a servlet and a JSP? Any idea on it? Any third year students? I think you can able to explain this. Okay, thanks. No issue, Surya. I'll just explain in a moment. Okay, fine. I'll just explain it. So, whenever a JSP is written, actually it is compiled to the servlet and then only executed. So it is easy to write, but what to say, the compiling and the execution process takes longer. So for simpler, lightweight, for fetching a value from the Java class, we can go with the JSP. But for a long process or very what to say, very complex logics and all, you need to go with the servlets. For simpler logics like printing these stuffs and all, you can just do with the JSP. But whereas connecting with the databases and fetching the values from it and computing stuffs and all, you need to what to say, go with the servlet pages. Okay, clear with this? Okay, thank you, Surya. So okay, guys, it's 9:50 now. Do you have any questions till this, or in any step you don't understand why we are doing this, or why it is happening? So the last 10 minutes we'll have some Q&A sessions. In any steps you guys are not clear? Guys, you can say what to say. You can say that you are clear. Students, any doubt till this? Okay, thanks, Amu. Yeah, sure, Surya. Actually, when you are writing a JSP, it will be typically what to say, compiling it to the servlet, then only it will be executed. Like whatever the Java code will be, you are writing in inside the scriptlets, like inside this tags, it will be converted into the what to say, it will be converted in the servlet class only by automatically by your IDE or your Java, what to say, application server. It will be automatically what to say, converted, and then only it will be executed. So for our easiness only, they have kept two things, JSP and servlet, because most of them are familiar with the HTML. Okay, we have separate concepts, like we have separate jobs, right? Like front end developer and the back end developer. So front end developer has more knowledge on what to say, on HTML only, whereas backend developer has more knowledge on for backend programming languages like Java only. So in between those, like they will have a variable in Java in backend. So what if you need to print this variable in this thing? So example I can give you in provider class. I'm just having this thing. Okay, just I'm having what to say, I'm having a method which returns the hello value. Okay, in this thing I can, what I can do is that okay. See, you can see it, right? What I'm doing, I'm just having a method in here, like get value, and I'm just returning the hello value, correct? So in the JSP, what the front end developer can do is that just they can create an object for this class, and they can get the values for it. So like this is a simple methods I've written, but a typical this function might have contained many computation logics and all, correct? So all this thing will be developed done by the backend developer. So they will just give a method, so that simply the front end developer can just create an object for that class, and they just can call this method. So the front end developer job will be much simpler. Okay, for that only we are going for, typically going for JSP. But what to say, the JSP is heavier compared to the servlet in terms of performance. Hope I have answered your question, Surya. Are you clear now? It's me. I'll just answer your question. Please wait for Surya's confirmation. Okay, thanks, Surya. So it's me. Asks. Okay, what WebXML specifies for? Okay, again I'll explain. So whenever you create a HTML page or JSP page, it will be automatically linked to a particular web address. For example, I'm just typing. This is my web page, right? So I'm just typing first.html. What I'm happening, the content of the first page is coming here. For example, this under the web pages, I have just created a first.html and it is coming there. Or for example, I'm just creating another HTML page. Okay, just I'm typing it here. Because you can see the contents in the page are coming automatically. That is, whatever the web pages present in the web page folder will be automatically deployed to your what to say, will be automatically linked to your web application. But for servlets, we don't have such facility to link directly a Java class into a web directory. So for that only we are going with the web.xml files. What we will have it here, we will have the servlet mappings here. Like whenever I hit this, whatever I need to do it in the methods which is written in the servlet, for that method, what is the endpoint which I need to hit? For example, the first servlet.do is a URL mapping. I have done it correct. So whenever we are getting the request for this URL, that is first servlet.do, it will check the name for the first servlet. So this is the mapping. This is a single mapping. So it will check for the first servlet. So what first servlet contains? It contains this thing, that is it is in the package, and the first servlet class is continuing. So this is the first servlet which I have written. So it will be just redirecting to that particular method. Clear with this? It will just contain the mapping of whenever you hit a particular URL through which Java class, that is through which Java servlet it need to be redirected. Okay, thank you. Any other questions, friends? Any other area where you are not clear? How many of you don't have this laptop or computer at home to try it in this group, the 44 attendees?
No questions? Yes, okay, let's end the session.
Okay. Okay, friends, you just try it at home and let me know if you have any doubts. Okay, we'll resume the session.
Indu ma'am, can you give vote of thanks?
Okay, thanks, friends. Okay, see you tomorrow.